Now, furthermore, we can understand that Sauron was aware of SHELOB's presence. Later when he came to the mountains and so on, he actually allowed her to dwell there because, here's why, they kind of had this unspoken agreement. She made an excellent, if not incidental, guard for the passage of Sitrith Ungol. Now, Sauron was known, note this is something very important. Sauron was known, it was public information, to be somewhat fond of SHELOB. Okay, did you catch that? Sauron was known to be fond of her. It's in a kind of strange way. We could say somewhat like how a person likes their cat. And actually, he was even known to refer to her, SHELOB that is, as his cat. So, like a pet cat, Sauron would sometimes give her food in the form of prisoners that he had no more use for, or servants who had displeased him. What a great way to dispose of his enemies, and servants, and people that made him upset. And talk about evil, well, Sauron and her kind of had this alliance. He was fond of her, and that can't be good. Especially since Talion is fighting against Sauron the whole time. It's not great to be able to say, I'm now going to be friends with your pet cat, spider, evil demon witch girl. That's not, I don't know, friend or foe? I'm still thinking on the side of foe. That's my very biased opinion, and we're going to have to see what the storyline unfolds, and but I'm not done yet. Let's continue marking up the reasons why she'd be a foe. So far, we've got few marks, and here's some more. Reports of massacres made by SHELOB would be carried back to Barad-dûr, which further pleased the Dark Lord's humor. So she's not only just feeding on those that she kills, but really anyone, again, indiscriminately. She would also eat orcs that managed to kind of wander their way in unsuspecting, and she would do that fairly regularly. I don't think that SHELOB actually liked to eat orcs primarily, because it was even said by Gollum that they're not very tasties. So, comparing that to hobbits or men and elves, I think she'd rather have her pick over them rather than some nasty orcs. And I kind of have to agree with her if I was a cannibalistic spider. However, as she was a more effective guard for the past than they, Sauron never made any serious attempts to stop her. So she was way better than orcs. She was this amazing pet spider that killed for her for his own gain and protection. So that is a little bit of what we can learn about SHELOB. Now, why is all of that important? Because SHELOB is the offspring of the ever-hungry, stop-at-nothing, betraying giant spider known as Ungoliant, who preyed and ate not only indiscriminately upon men and elves and orcs and dwarves, but even her own children. That is why this is important information. And what does this tell us about SHELOB, you wonderful Lord of the Rings fans? Well, SHELOB, let me spell it out for you, cannot be trusted. Man, that's just the bottom line here. Whatever she's doing with Talion and their alliance, it can't be good. It's got to be somehow in her best interest, and she's using Talion and Celebrimbor. That's my greatest suspicion. Mark my words. She may fight with and aid Talion in the storyline, but truly, if Monolith devs stay true to the lore, that's a key factor there. If they stay true to the lore that we know of SHELOB, SHELOB will either A, betray Talion, or B, land an agreement which will slate SHELOB's ever hunger of evil devouring, and that agreement must be struck. So, it is my suspicion that SHELOB is only helping Talion because she wants something in return, much like her evil mother Ungoliant and Melkor, later known as Morgoth. Now, again, this is additional lore that's not really pertaining in the Shadow of War. If you're curious about Ungoliant, you can do a little research and suggest a video if you want to hear more about SHELOB, maybe a part 2. Now, one final note before this video closes out, and that is her motive is clear, isn't it? All she wants to do is devour all, similar to Ungoliant once again, and perhaps war will provide her with more opportunity to eat than Sauron ever gave her, thus shifting her allegiance to help Talion because she gets the spoils of war. Human, orc, dwarf, elvish, anything she can eat, their flesh. That's some nasty spoils of war. Talk about loot. Yeah. So, Monolith, my question for you is, are you going to stay true to the lore? And I guess as fans, we can only find out in the days to come. Whether Monolith decides to reveal more Easter eggs and information about SHELOB, we won't know until the release officially on October 10th. Aren't you excited? We're in this countdown. Well, hey, again, suggest a part 2 if you're interested more in SHELOB. And actually, the gameplay that you've been witnessing here on the background is of a Let's Play series I'm doing of Shadow of Mordor. So, if you'd like to learn more about that, do consider checking that out in the description below. There's a playlist, and that would be fantastic. Love to see you guys come over there and drop some comments, as we're looking for the ultimate nemesis and the ultimate follower. Come over and check it out with me. Enjoy that playlist. Hope you will. Check it out. Thanks so much for watching, and this is Hero87, your host, signing off. Sayonara, Sidekicks. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to slam that like button with a bone-shattering wraith punch to the face. The harder you smash it, the better. No, really, it really helps this channel out.